Chris Stevens here, and we are at the 2025 Porsche Club of America Werks Reunion in beautiful Amelia Island, Florida. This is where all the best of the best Porsches gather around and come together, congregate for one of the best shows in the country. Check it out.
His name Ron, it's on his license plate.
It's the Ron Burgundy.
It is the Ron Burgundy car, yes.
That's, yeah, no, this is sharp.
Perfect. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, you did an excellent job.
He had a little AC unit they put in there. Yeah. We were looking camping out there.
Yep, same car. Right here is the Luftgekühlt Porsche 914, which is super cool. I mean, it's a safari car. They didn't come with these huge fog lights on the front or the bash guard, and it's lifted and it's pretty gnarly and it has the GT flares on it. But I mean, look at this thing. You look like you could run over anything. What's really cool about the Porsche 914 is it has a front trunk, a rear trunk, and the engine is in the middle. They made a 4-cylinder version and a 6-cylinder version. There's even one 914-8. But here, this is just the definition of cool. Look at this thing. Who would have known? From Hot Wheels to real cars at the Werks Reunion.
Or not Monterey anymore. I hate to call it Monterey. I hate to call it. It is not what it is.
It's all blue.
Somebody came. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
That's just what he did, because I guess he didn't like the rock tips.
I like the rock tips. I would have left them.
He didn't want that.
Well, then once you get over the fact that it's there, just, yeah, gotta get over it. Yeah, there you go.
That's the original. Well, the reproduction of the original. So back when they had the Cayenne.
That's 70, 85% part. Would you mind opening up the inside? Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Say hey to Gas I will.
How his son works with him.
Yeah.
I thought they had a special exception.
I don't know. They gave me an email. They sent me an email. I just want you to know that policy is a winner can't come back.
Dude, that guy.
I'm gonna go in there and look around.
That one.
Huh?
I was actually a debut for this car. It had been finished like a week before. That's how
Your car's painted, so I can't see it.
This is the most amazing. This road
So the last house, Mom and Dad's house, was getting finished. All this.
I'm gonna bring this up. They don't have a big event. Put carbon fiber everywhere.
But it's just like the front stuff.
I think it's tires you're giving away, not a curiosity. Anyways, we are excited to have you here. What do you think of the weather?
It's good, the red, because I always sleep in and I can't find.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is as well as Christoph Luke with Porsche AMG, project manager, community management, and Philip Wellness, senior manager, Porsche cars, North America.
I know you find it hard to believe. That means he still loves me. Did you like what? Did you like the way I said that? Right up. Oh, here it comes. You don't see it coming. Here it is. I thought about you driving the way up here. They don't just come down Hexham. Oh, David, you live out here. Back in the day.
Right, so here we got one of the Eurowise builds. This is really cool. This is a 955 Cayenne, which would be the very first generation Porsche Cayenne. And when this came out, it had some mixed emotions with SUVs and Porsches, but I'll tell you what, I believe it's something like they've sold more of these than any other model Porsche ever. But this one's cool. So this is almost looks like it's a custom, like a dark British racing green. It's got the 52 off-road wheels on it, as you can see here. Knobbier tire, lifted up, cool rack on there so you can put all your goodies. And if you look behind me here, this is the same thing, but this is actually what we call a 957, which is just a facelifted Cayenne 955. Gets a little confusing because there was no 956, but this is a 957 Cayenne, probably a 2008, and it's got the factory BBS wheels that have been powder coated orange. I'm not sure if this is a factory Trans-Siberia car, but they did have a model that raced in the Trans-Siberia race and it looked just like this with the black and orange. So very cool car.
Tell me just what you want me to be. One kiss, oh, you're the only one for me. So please tell me why.
Yeah.
Now, whatever car the guy next door, the girl, you know, that's the renter.
Up is the Porsche 944. This is the car that just represents the 1980s. And if you remember on the, what was it, 16 Candles with Jake Ryan, he had a red one. But anyways, I love these cars. Flip up headlights. This is also a Porsche 944, but just to make things confusing, just like any other Porsche, here is a 968. When the 944 came out in 1983, it went through some changes and it actually kind of morphed into this. This is a 968. And this went all the way into the mid-90s. As you can see here, you have some different examples. This is a 928 and another 928, like a 928S, another famous movie car in the Tom Cruise movie, Risky Business. So a lot of Porsches in the 80s were used for movies. And then here's another one, the last of these generations, transaxle car, 968 convertible.
$150,000 is bid. At $150,000, any advance going once, at $150, going twice, past at $150.
Lot 220 now is the 1966 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 427, 425 Werks convertible. An exceptional example featuring a monstrous L70.
$40,000 with race bidder. At $300,000, $50,000 is bid online. At $350,000. Here's $350,000. Say $360,000, sir. $60,000 is bid at $360,000. $370,000 would be next. We're
Radwood 2025 at Amelia Island, Florida.
There's a lot to talk about there. You guys have a lot.
Definition of rad, the DeLorean, DMC. What's cool about this one is the engine's in the back. It's actually called a PRV because it stands for Peugeot, Renault, and Volvo. And what they did was they had a 90-degree aluminum V6, they stuffed it in the back, and each manufacturer had different injection and different fuel injection, different timing, but all about the same. It's very cool. And if you look here, what makes this car super famous? The 1980s, Back to the Future with the gull wing doors. That's when the doors open like this, because it's cooler, you know? Dare to be different.
There you go.
Check out the front. You got a front trunk here.
2025. Thank you so much.
You can put your boombox in the front.
There's a lot.
Isn't this amazing? And if you go 88 miles an hour,
Congratulations again.
you can go to a different time.
Thank you guys.
Here. But look at this one. It comes with accessories. And if you remember in the Back to the Future movies, he had a hoverboard. There was no wheels on this thing. It just floated right on air. And when I was a kid, I wished I had something like this. I can't believe that we still don't have this. I thought by this time, 2025, we'd have flying cars, flying boards, and everything else. But you know what? Go back to the 80s. We had these cool gull-wing doors, hoverboards, and no paint. This is stainless steel finish, just like the refrigerators you see in your kitchen today. There's no paint on this car. That is metal, stainless steel. I think we remember that as the Tesla Cybertruck. They did it first, DeLorean. Subaru came out with the Subaru Brat. Kind of looks like an El Camino, but what's really cool about this is when I was a kid, my dad was selling Subarus in the 80s, and I got to ride around in this. Check this out in the back. These are little factory jumper seats, and you can actually sit back there and you hold onto these handles, and that's what keeps you secure. When I was your age, that's what I was driving around in.
Enjoy yourself this morning.
Look at the fan. That's cool. She's good at it. She has to start learning her periphery. We wouldn't be Radwood without talking about the BMW E30 M3. Oh man, it got that nickname. What was it? The God's Chariot? Right. So when the 3 Series BMW really hit the scene in the 1980s, it didn't look like this. When the M3 came out, this M-Power, it got these extended fender flares. It was racing in the DTM Motor Series. It even got this really cool fiberglass diffuser in the back to help with wind flow. To help the, look at this. This is all fiberglass, this trunk here. So that's what sets it apart from the normal 3 Series. But to the untrained eye, it might look just like a normal 325 or 318i, but oh no. This one got a really cool twin cam S14 engine up in the front. They did have 6 cylinders, but all E30 M3s were 4 cylinders. They came with these boxed fender flares, this front air dam. They got this roof-mounted center antenna. Check that out. This was 80s cool. Now the problem with these were they were expensive in the 80s, so not a lot of people bought them, and the performance wasn't terribly over performance than the 325 IS, but you didn't get the coolness of the M3. And nowadays, this stands still as one of the best collector cars ever made with BMW.
Recognize this car?
It smells like a Nissan. I love it.
It's my old car.
It is?
Yeah. I sold it to them in Santa Barbara and they drove it over here. Yeah. Crazy. But Rad back.
That's still enough for how like this thing's next to the
Let's talk about the Porsche 944. Now this example here, when the 944 came out in 1983, but in 1986 they got a really special model, the 944 Turbo, or the designation for Porsche, the 951. You can see the difference with the front bumper here, the integrated fog lamps. Everything is a little bit different even though it looks the same, but the 944 Turbo had the turbo. It's amazing. Now check it out. It's still the same body on the side, still has the giant sunroof that all it does is it flips up, or you can remove it and put it in the trunk. Oh, what's really cool about this guy's car is he's got all the neat, fun accessories in the back. Look at that one. It's got the teddy bear. I believe that was Margie, what was her name? They made a teddy bear just like that. That's a 924. It's got the boombox. And if you check out all the way in the back, way down low, this little piece that's connected was exclusively for the 944 Turbo. And this is also a rear diffuser to help diffuse the wind as it's flying at like 150 miles an hour. The 944 Turbo gets this amazing badge, and that's what makes it super cool. Alpha. Hey, look. GTV6.